Do you have a $50 bill? Well, you're going to want to stay tuned in this video because we're going to go over some details on your $50 bills that makes them worth a lot more money than just $50. So let's hop right into this video. Up first, we have a 1996 $50 bill that someone turned into 129 bucks. So one thing I want to show you really quickly is that front plate number on this bill. If you don't know what a front plate number is, it is the location of that specific bill on a printing plate. That front plate position has a letter and a number. It's mainly used for internal purposes only, but there are times that that number can dictate the value, but not on this specific bill. Now, when you flip it over to the back, you can see that this has a partial offset printing error. Now, that happens during the printing production of these bills. Now, the big kicker here is, guys, look at this. This bill got graded by PCGS at a 35, meaning that this bill is out there in circulation before someone spotted it and said, hey, this is actually rare, and they put it into their collection. This specific bill had a lot of folds on it, which means that it was out there in the wild that you could find. They got it graded and sold it for 129 bucks. Looking at the front of this 1981 $50 bill, this example sold for $192. Now, oddly, this example actually was not graded. Typically, when items are sold on Heritage, they are graded. However, that's not always important. This one, once again, was the very fine to extremely fine grade, which again tells us that this bill was out there in circulation before someone spotted it and put it into their collection. The big thing here is on the back, there's a big green ink smear error happening, and that's why it sold for 192 bucks. This $50 bill, this one's from 2013. I love the colors on this, but this example sold for 240 bucks. And if you're looking at the backplate number, again, the backplate number shows a quality control manager where this specific bill was located on a printing sheet. Now, if you flip the bill over to the front, if you look at the top right, you're going to see a front plate number with an FW before it. Now, the FW stands for Fort Worth, where the specific bill was printed. Now, if there's no FW before the front plate position, that means your bill is printed at the Washington, D.C. facility. There's only two places in the U.S. that prints paper money. That's Fort Worth, Texas, and Washington, D.C. Now, there's times where the back plate number and the front plate number are different sizes, which will mean that you have a mule note. Now, don't look for it on this specific bill, but there are bills that are considered to be a mule, and they will increase the value. The big factor here is the serial number. So this is almost a solid number for serial number. Please keep in mind that if this got the solid number 4, where all the serial numbers were 4s, this would have sold for a lot more money than 240 bucks. All right, so $336 for this bill. I want to show you the back of this bill. You can see there's a lot of folds, a lot of dirt. So during the printing production, the back of the bill is actually the first print. And then when you flip it over to the front, the second print is all of the black that you see here outside of that district seal on the left-hand side. The reason I show them to you like this is because the first print, which is the back, got printed normally. Then the second print got printed normally, which is the front. Then the third and final print had a gutter fold on it before the print came down while it was folded, and then someone unfolded it after, and you can see there's clearly a gutter fold happening there on the third print, and that's why it's over $336. $384 for this 2009 $50 bill, and the big reason here, guys, is that radar serial number that's occurring. You've got a 1 and a 1 at the start and the end of the serial number, followed by a bunch of 6s in the center. That is called a radar because it reads the same way if you read it from the front or the back. It is a radar serial number graded by PMG at a 68. That's only 2 points away from the perfect grade 70, and that's why it's over $384. 2001 $50 bill we got here is a star note as well. Now, star notes happen when the quality control manager spots an error on a printing sheet. So what they do is they destroy that sheet of paper money and they produce a new sheet of bills with a star at the end of the serial number. This specific example was able to grade at a 66 by PCGS because it is a low serial number star note. You can see it says 550 there at the end. That's why it sold for 408 bucks. Are you feeling lucky? Because this person found this 1990 $50 bill with a solid 7 serial number. Now, this could be someone's holy grail when it comes to collecting $50 bills, because 7 is considered a lucky number for a lot of people, especially being so lucky to find this specific bill. Now, you can find old bills like this potentially if you go to a local bank and you ask for some cash out of your bank account. The best thing is you can look through rare bills to see if there's anything rare in there and then deposit them right back into your bank, and there's no fees associated with that whatsoever. What I do recommend, though, is just be a bit aware of what's going on here, because you don't want to be spending too much of their time. You know, this is an employee at a bank, and if you're just going through their paper money trying to find rare bills, you know, it can kind of be a bad look. So what you can do is you can hop around to different banks and exchange them. You know, there's a lot of time that you can invest in something like this and find something worth money, because this example sold for $10,800. Now, if you want to know how much your specific bill is worth, what we recommend is you can go to 3 different coin shops or currency experts and get their opinion. That may take a lot of time driving around, but what you could also do is join the Coin Value Club down below. It's an exclusive club that we created so you can send us photos and we'll tell you how much money your bill or coin is worth and how to maximize the value when you go to sell it. We'll see you in the next video.